Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and my Season 22 has arrived. It has crossed the pond. As most of you know, I live in the States, and it is always hard when these release and having to wait for them to get across the pond because you never quite know just how long they're going to take. But I'm so happy to have it. I felt like Cartman waiting on his Nintendo Wii. It looks gorgeous. This could be the best one yet. Again, it has that red font like Season 23, which clashes with the rest of it, but that's very 80s for it to clash like that and very matching of his coat. That looks like the Sonic lance, I'm guessing, that he uses. Sonic Tracker. I think that's from Attack of the Cybermen, and I have not seen Attack of the Cybermen. See the Glass Dalek from Revelations, the Borad from Time Lash, of course the Cyberman from Attack of the Cybermen. There's the Master kind of hiding back there, and of course the Mara, why am I saying the Mara? The Ronnie from Mark of the Ronnie, which I've also never seen, and I'm looking forward to seeing that because I love Kato Mara in Time and the Ronnie. She's one of the best parts of that episode, so I'm looking forward to seeing her in this, and of course one of the Sontarans from the Two Doctors. I love this. That's a great shot of Colin. A great face shot I like. I love this background. It kind of reminds me of the special edition intro credits from Terror of the Vervoids on the 23 box set. And I really like those intros. So that looks really good. Here is the side shot. Got a nice one here. They actually got that looking good. Sometimes the side shot doesn't look as good to me. But they got that one looking really, really well. This one's really thick, too. I think it's close to being as thick as Season 14. Beautiful shot there. We'll see again later. Very 80s. So we have Attack of the Cybermen, Vengeance on Varos, The Mark of the Ronnie, The Two Doctors, Time Lash, and Revelation of the Daleks. And it's crammed packed with stuff. I'm really looking forward to that Michael Grade interview. I've really been wanting to watch that one. And I've only seen about half this season. And even the half I have seen, I haven't watched in a while. I don't own any of Season 22, oddly enough. Because the only Colin story I owned on DVD was Twin Dilemma. And then, of course, I have the Season 23 box set. And then, of course, we have starring Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. And I love how they added with Patrick Troughton and Fraser Hines in there. I really liked that. That's a nice little touch since they're in Two Doctors. Now, of course, I'm looking forward to the Behind the Sofa. I love Behind the Sofa, especially anytime Team Fifth Doctor is there. I love Peter Davison and his TARDIS team. They just have so much fun tearing these things apart. I love it when him and Janet and Sarah are there. They are just phenomenal on Behind the Sofa, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then, of course, we have this shot of the TARDIS from Attack of the Cybermen. I think I have seen that scene right when they first land and he's trying to fix it, even though I haven't seen Attack of the Cybermen. Let's see if we can get into this thing without damaging it. I'm always paranoid at opening this because I'm always worried I'm going to break something. Am I the only one that handles these things like they're a newborn child? Like, seriously, I'm always worried I'm going to damage them, so I always have, like, my kid gloves on with them. Because I don't want them to get damaged. I need them to stand the test of time. I can't be the only one that does that. And I hate when they don't want to come open. Alright, there we go. And it looks like in pretty good shape. There's a slight little corner bend. That's so minor, though. Right there. It's so, so minor. That's one of those things, if that's the only problem I have, I am good. Other than that, it looks pretty good. You know, with Amazon, which is where I got it from, Amazon UK, you never quite know. But the rest of it looks good. Let's get it out of the humongous J card. This thing is big. And that is gorgeous. These things, you really don't understand just how stunning they are until you have them in hand. I mean, the pictures look great. I mean, this is literally the background on my iPhone. I love this shot. But just seeing it in hand and all the detail that Lee Binding puts into these. Lee Binding is just amazing with these. And I love how darker and more saturated the colors look on this one. Like most of them, you know, they have that little gray in them, like with the Season 23. You know, this still looks really good, but a lot of the gray of the cardboard shows through. And this is true of most of them. You know, it still has that very gray, like it's just kind of faintly in the background, whereas here it looks more saturated, more pronounced, more detailed. There's a lot of actual darkness there. I love that a lot better. A lot better. It really helps too with like even the Season 17 one. I like the Season 17 art, but it's very bland. It looks a little more amateurish than what he normally does, and that gray is there, and it just doesn't look, it doesn't pop. It just doesn't pop. And this really pops with being more saturated, and you get it right here. Look at that. Look how much more that pops, because I really noticed that on the back of the Season 17 one too, where it looks like they use more ink to make that darker, and I love that image. It just pops so much more than most of the previous sets. This thing is thick. That is huge right there. Ooh, I hope my tray is stuck in. That's always my worry, is that my tray is not going to be stuck in. I hope it is. We'll find out. I think my Season 17 tray is not, but I need to buy a little glue and fix that. That is a wonderful shot from Revelation of the Daleks with his Necros cloak. And again, we get this wonderful shot here. Very 80s with the laser going there. That's such an 80s shot. And then we get the advertising booklet, which immediately goes straight to the garbage. That's such a cool shot. It just has this 80s vibe here with this. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And you get, I'm looking forward to reading through all of this. These wonderful, wonderful art images. I love me some Troughton. Not as keen on that picture. That was one of the things about the story I didn't really care for. Especially how they played that more for laughs than anything. That's a really nice shot for Time Lash. I am looking forward to watching Time Lash with the updated effects. I've never seen Time Lash, although I have heard many things about Time Lash, including how fortunate I am I haven't seen Time Lash. But I will be watching it for the first time with the updated effects. Maybe that'll give me a good first impression of it. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the shot here with the panel off. And is that supposed to be Halley's Comet? I think it's supposed to be Halley's Comet. And, of course, the Cyberman coming in. That's pretty cool. I always enjoy these little TARDIS shots. I'm looking forward to digging into that book. I always love reading the books. It's one of the reasons I love getting these limited editions. I love reading the books. And then we have the disc. And we have Attack of the Cybermen. I don't like that one. That could be my least favorite disc I've seen Lee Binding do for these. It just seems a little like an odd choice. Like a really odd choice. I think it's not often he does a disc that disappoints me. That one might disappoint me. And we got one of the ones for Vengeance on Varos, which is probably my favorite Colin Baker story. Did he only do one for Vengeance? For some reason I thought Vengeance had two. Oh yeah, there's the other one. That's right. Yeah, that's Vengeance and that's Vengeance. And we have Mark of the Ronnie with the Master and the Ronnie. I still think the Ronnie should have been in front of the Master since it's Mark of the Ronnie. But I've never seen it, so I don't know how much the Master's in it. And we have the two Doctors. And then we have another one with the two Doctors. And I like this. I love having a disc with the second Doctor and Jamie on it. I do really enjoy that. I'm looking forward to watching that making of documentary they did for that. Because, I love anything that's got some Troughton in it. You got Troughton in it, you got me. And then, of course, Time Lash. And Revelation of the Daleks, which I haven't seen in so long, I don't even remember her character. I've only watched Revelation, I think, once, and I don't even remember her character. I wish they'd gone with a different shot. I think that's the same shot they used for the 23 sets. I wish they would use a slightly different one from the intro when they do a different season. But I get not. I mean, Lee Binding puts a lot of work into these. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. He's my favorite Doctor Who artist. And he always does an amazing, amazing job. So yeah, I am really looking forward to digging into this. Let's see. See if I can get the sleeve back on here, and we'll bring out season 23 one to put next to it and kind of compare them. You can tell the season 22 one is so much thicker, but I mean, it has 6 stories, whereas this one only has 3 stories. This is 8 discs, this is 6 discs. And they both look good. To be fair, I like the season 23 one. I remember being surprised by how much I liked it when they first showed the art, but it did look really good. This is actually, I think, one of the best looking ones, but I think this one's better. I do like this one better. Again, this one's a little more fainter with the gray, whereas this looks so phenomenal. And while Colin looks great in both, I just kind of like that more heroic look he has here. But yeah, they both look absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, this one's the thickest. I think this one's just as thick as season 14, which I think was the thickest. So yeah, I really enjoy both of these. Have you gotten your season 22 yet? And what do you think of it? Comment down below and let me know. I would imagine most of you guys probably have. I had to wait for mine to cross the pond. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon. If you would like to support me on that, I would certainly appreciate it if you take a minute to check that out. There's a link to that down in the description below, as is my P.O. Box if there's anything you would like to send me, and a link to my Amazon wish list as well. I want to give a shout out to 2 of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane and the 5th Doctor. I appreciate their continued support and the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.